It is time to rank another band's discography, and today it's going to be Death Angel, really great thrash metal band. I'm a huge fan of these guys. They formed back in 1982, and they were all really young when they started, so to this day, they're still moderately young. I think the oldest member of the band's like 52 or something like that, so they could still go on for at least 10 more years if they wanted to. They have 9 albums total, which is what I will be ranking. Won't be including those 2 albums from the 90s that they released under the name The Organization. Was the same lineup for the most part as the first 3 Death Angel albums. The only difference was the vocalist Mark Osagata quit the band to go to school, and the guitarist Rob Cavestany switched over to vocals. He's a pretty good singer and stuff. Those albums are decent, but not including them. Just those 9 official Death Angel albums. A lot of great stuff, so pretty hard to rank here, but got it sorted, so here we go. Coming in last, at number 9, is going to have to be their 2016 album, The Evil Divide. Don't get me wrong, The Moth is an amazing song, one of their best of all time, probably top 10 or 15, but the rest of this album, just looking at the track listing, not a whole lot that stands out to me. Hatred United / United Hate's a pretty good song. Let the Pieces Fall is pretty good. Probably say like Father of Lies is also a pretty good song, but besides that, don't love like that much more of it, but still a decent album. The Evil Divide, number 9. Killing Season is going to come in at number 8 for me. I have this one on CD, actually. It was their last album with original bassist Dennis Peppa and their original drummer. It was also the last with him, Andy Gallion. But again, don't have a ton of negative stuff to say about the rest of these albums because I'm a big fan. Some of the standout tracks are Lord of Hate, Sonic Beatdown, and Dethroned. Overall, not a bad album at all, but does have to come in at number 8, Killing Season. Taking the number 7 spot is going to be Relentless Retribution. Came out in 2010. Was their first album with Will Carroll on the drums and their bassist. I'm going to try to pronounce his last name correctly just looking at it. It's spelled Sisson. So is that Sisson or Sisson? I don't know. But Damien Sisson on the bass. Their first album with him. They're both still in the band to this day. Both good players. But overall, pretty strong album. Looking at this track listing, Claws In So Deep is a really good song. This Hate, really heavy, great riff. And probably Where They Lay, my other favorite. But, you know, Rob Cavestany, an absolute riff machine. A lot of great stuff on here. Relentless Retribution, number 7.
This is a call to arms as we gather the path beneath the sky. No ending in sight, this is our time. Come join the fight, we'll burn down the night.
Humanicide is going to come in at number 6. Really strong album that came out last year. Kind of hurts to rank it down to number 6, but got to do it. And it is the shirt I'm wearing. Really cool artwork. And just looking at this track listing, a lot of really good stuff. The title track is awesome. Aggressor, The Pack, Ghost of Me, Revelation Song, and Of Rats and Men are the standouts for me. A lot of really heavy, great, thrashy stuff on here. Very strong release. I did have it in my top 10 of 2019. So, pretty strong album. Humanicide, number 6. Coming in at number 5 for me is going to be Act 3. It came out back in 1990. Solid album. I know a lot of people might have it a little bit higher, but does have to come in right here for me. It's probably their most diverse sounding album, considering there is some thrashy stuff like Seemingly Endless Time and Stop. You've got the few like acoustic, slower songs that are Veil of Deception and A Room with a View. And of course, there are some elements of funk metal on here, I think, with songs like Discontinued and Stagnant. But overall, very solid album. Performances from everybody in the band were great. Mark's vocals sound awesome. Rob, of course, on guitar is a beast. But yeah, overall, solid album. Act 3, number 5.
And I will survive while you die. I will survive while you die.
Taking the number 4 spot is going to be The Art of Dying. This album came out in 2004. It was their first with Ted Aguilar on rhythm guitar. He joined the band in 2001 when they reformed. But a lot of really solid stuff on here. I like this album a lot. Some of the standouts for me are Thrown to the Wolves, which they play live pretty much all the time now. I'd probably say 5 Steps of Freedom, The Devil Incarnate. That's a really, really great song. Famine, Prophecy. Lots of really cool stuff on here. The Art of Dying, number 4. Dream Calls for Blood is going to be in at number 3 for me. Really great, consistent album. Came out in 2013. Tons of amazing riffs from Rob Cavestany and Mark Osageda. Really impressive how his voice has held up through the years. Still sounds as good as ever on this album here. Looking at the track listing, a lot of very great stuff. Left for Dead is awesome. Son of the Morning. Fallen. Title track, amazing. Detonate's great. Succubus. Caster of Shame. Really heavy, great riff. And there's a bonus track. They covered Heaven and Hell. It is a bonus track, but really great cover they did. Overall, really great album that I love. The Dream Calls for Blood, number 3. Coming in at number 2 is going to be The Ultraviolence. It is their debut album. Came out back in 1987. It's got that really great classic raw thrash metal sound to it. Every member of the band when this was recorded was under 20 years old. The drummer was 14. Crazy stuff, but overall, very great album. Some of these songs, just stone cold classics. Evil Priest, Voracious Souls. The title track, an instrumental, the opening is really awesome. Mistress of Pain, which they played that song live when I saw them. Amazing stuff. Final Death is a cool, underrated song. So overall, really great album. The Ultraviolence, number 2.
I'm bored.
Frolic Through the Park does take the number 1 spot for me. Amazing album, came out back in 1988. I do think it was just a slight step up from their debut album in 1987. Like the production on this one a little bit more. Tons of amazing songs on here. Just looking at this track listing, Third Floor is great. Why You Do This is awesome. Bored. Devil's Metal, which it says it's a CD bonus track. But the way I've listened to this album, I've always heard it on here. And that is one of my favorite songs on it. Probably heard this album the first time like 7 or 8 years ago, but Guilty of Innocence is awesome. Shores of Sin is a great song. They did a cover of Cold Gin, the old Kiss song, which is pretty good. Mind Rape is great. So overall, just really great album. Number 1, Frolic Through the Park. So that does wrap up my ranking of Death Angel's discography. Amazing band. Really like most of their albums, as you guys just heard. So you can let me know what you thought. Give me your ranking of their stuff in the comments. And until next time, thank you for watching.